All right then. This is AEW review. Dynamite Fight for the Fallen special. July July 27th, 2022. Starts off hot. Rouge versus John Moxley for the AEW Championship. I'm not going to say interim because he isn't champion right now. I believe basically interim means temporary or in the meantime. But I get it. But because he is the champion, he earned that. So he even by the end of this match, he even states that. Yeah, Roosh. If you don't know him, I only know him from highlights, and I actually mentioned this during my Death Before the Dishonor review, and he's a tough motherfucker. He is like I said, stated in that review. If you want to check it out, it's live right now on my channel. Um, he won his 10th match in a row across ROH, AEW, and Mexico. So he earned this right because it's his 10th match he won in a row to face John Moxley. Great. He didn't even get a chance to let Moxley get in. Which it was fair game. Like his Moxley sometimes just goes in, especially since he's even more. Seems like he seems to be more vicious since he's been with the Blackpool Combat Club. Since he's been tagging with Yuta and Brian. But this was a great match. It's not gonna really do it any justice. But it was great. He great back and forth. Roosh did actually they called it the Death Rider. They didn't call it the Paradigm Shift. They called it the Death Rider. I guess they have permission to do that because in New Japan they call it Death Rider, which was called the Dirty Deeds. What is a high elevated DDT? It looks way more devastating. Roosh actually kicked out of that. And as soon as he kicked out, with sense of urgency, Moxley puts the bulldog choke on, and he cinches it in even extra tight. And he started look like he started to fade. Roosh started to look like he was fading, and then he just tightened it up, and he actually passed out. He didn't tap, which I'm glad that he didn't. I mean, he is a strong motherfucker. He has not been pinned. I believe that he said, like you said, in 3 years. So him going out like that is fine. It's let me see the match. Let's see. Then Jericho comes out. Anna Jay last week. I think it's like I said last week. I didn't get to do a review. Things came up, but she did turn last week. And not last week, actually. Yeah, she officially turned last. It was during the Shark. The Eddie Kingston barbed wire everywhere match. I didn't get a chance to review that. It was a great match. A few things here and there that it didn't go right, but it's live television. What do you expect? The fact that when you think about certain things like movies and live shows that still are live, you're surprised that the whole place don't just fucking burn down, But there's a lot of moving parts there. A lot of people forget that. But Anna Jay's promo I like Anna Jay. She's just getting better and better in the ring. It came off kind of forced, and she said, "I'll choke you out. I'll choke you out." She started going off and pointing at the. It just wasn't all that believable. That's the only thing about it. Like Ty Conti, like she doesn't overdo it. She's like the perfect amount of heel. Like less is more. And I think, that's just a small critique. She'll get into it. She'll move into it. I like the fact that they're keeping her a team because Ty J is a great team, as far as tag. And one of the things that I think I forgot to mention, even if you don't have tag team titles for the women, I wish they had they should have did a tournament. They need to make that tournament, women's tournament, yearly. And and I think once the women's roster gets big enough, they should have actual tag teams. And and because that would actually give more. That would also help with TV time. Like one of the reasons why I see why they paired up Swerve and Keith Lee was, and also had put the belts on them, was also to give them TV time. That's the best part about having the trios and the tag team, and also having all these factions. You get grouped up somehow. You will get noticed. You will be on camera. All of the Dark Order. If it isn't all 5 or 6 of them, you see 3. And they're a group. And the Undisputed Elite. Before it was just the Elite. That was the first one. It's like if you don't see Bobby Fish, you'll see Kyle. Kyle had a great run. He was booked strong as fuck, and I like that. Go back and watch the matches. But Jericho comes out, basically challenged him, Moxley, finally after 2 years, and I'm fine with this. He beat Kingston last week, and by nefarious means, but he beat Eddie Kingston last week with help. But it was a barbed wire everywhere match. They were able to get help between. So you basically at one point it's basically Sammy and Guevara and Jericho double teaming Eddie Kingston. He hit the he had to hit the Judas effect, and that was it. But he got up through Jericho into the what was a bed of a spider web of barbed wire that Jericho got thrown in from Eddie Kingston. It was great. We'll watch the match. Watch the show last week. So they're going to have this match in 2 weeks. I forgot what they call it. It's gonna they're having a week of special. It seems like they're having a whole full month of special shows, which I'm fine with. The Quake at the Lake, they're calling it. I forgot where they're going to be at. It might be Minnesota, or I think. But it's called the Quake at the Lake. So it's going to be Jon Moxley versus Jericho, and that's when Jon Moxley actually said, fuck this. No, you shove your interim up your ass. I'm the AEW champion, and I was thinking that I got tired of that extra thing being added to. He earned it. He's the champion. All right, next is Ricky Starks versus Danhausen for the FTW championship. This went about 2 minutes. I don't mind. Listen, people are gonna love Danhausen no matter what. If he gets taken out with a power move or a sudden move or within 2 minutes, I'm fine with that. He got a good, his moves that he does is great. He had a thrust kick and a suplex, and a Northern Light suplex that he put on Ricky, but he should have used that after he put some punishment on Ricky. That's my only, but he was trying to end the match, so you exude energy, you're wearing down your opponent. But Ricky did win with the sudden spear, and he said, I have a lot more in the tank like he did last week. Let's get somebody else out here. And I'm not kidding this time. Out comes Hook. Crowd react, Hook's music, you don't even know me. You don't even know me comes out. The crowd went fucking crazy. I was like, okay, this makes sense. He puts the red rum on him because after at one point the closing is he puts him on his shoulders for the Rochambeau. No, he hits the spear, puts him on his shoulder. He's gonna go ahead and do the Rochambeau with Ricky Starks, which is he puts him on his shoulder and he flapjacks him down to the ground. But Hook is able to turn around, get on his back, and put the red rum, which is basically a rear naked choke, locked it in tight, and it looked like it fucking hurt. And he tries to power out of it, and then lays back. Ricky does with him still on his back, I'm sorry, I keep saying him. With Hook on his back, he falls back on, but Hook still has it locked in, and he has no choice but to tap. Afterwards, there was still a sign of respect. Ricky was still selling the move. He gave that to Hook, and he left the ring. Come back from a commercial break. Hobbs and Ricky's in there with Shivani. Shivani did a lot of interviewing this night. I mean, it was like he was three of them. Like fuck, his fucking feet hurt. I hope we got nice extra cushy soles in those goddamn shoes, man. Because the motherfucker was going from the back to the ring, back to the ring, back to the ring, to the commentary. I'm like, son of a bitch, but he earned his goddamn. He's been earning his motherfucking money this past month, but let's say he doesn't. Anyway, he says this is my time. Ricky does, and out of nowhere, he does a nice promo, great promo. He is a good promo. Even when he was in NWA, I know I followed him from NWA to now. Everything was great. Hold up, losing power for a second. 1 second. All right, now, great promo, like I said, and then Powerhouse Hobbs out of nowhere gives him a clothesline right to the right. Clothesline him down. Why? Because Powerhouse Hobbs was behind Ricky. He gave him one of these. Ricky falls down, gets him up for the spine buster. Taz is on commentary. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's like, what did you just do, Hobbs? That's one of the things that he said. Like he could hear, like Hobbs could hear him, but I was looking at the rundown. But these are great segments. It made everything made sense because Hook and Danhausen where you had that match, that pre-show match, that buy-in match at their last pay-per-view, All Out, and no Double or Nothing. I'm sorry, All Out's about to come up. All right, trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, now next match: Dante Martin versus Sammy Guevara. It wasn't until he had this match until I realized how similar these two are. Not just height, high flying, all that. I think Dante had a little bit more ups, a little bit more like he literally seemed like he got shots in his fucking knees and feet. Those go-go gadget fucking shoes and shit. Mine is still those times when where you were used to spring. It don't even seem like he needs to springboard off the middle rope when he does that backflip, because that motherfucker can jump high. Like I seen him live. Me and my daughter, even my daughter said, "Yeah, he can jump high." Sorry about that. There's a phone call coming in. But so Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti, they're engaged. But if you didn't know, Dante Martin and Sky Blue are together. If you ever watched, and I kind of figured it kind of made sense because Sky Blue, when she does these when Dante is with Ethan Page and those toy hunts. By the way, check it out. The toy hunts are good. They're very entertaining, very nostalgic, but. The Sky Blue has popped up at least 2 to 3 times, and she's always there, and she doesn't get anything. But she's just there because of Dante, which hey, that's how it is. And I was like, first time I was like, why she ain't want nothing? I'm like, oh, Dante. And then I also heard somebody else mention it. All right, well that makes sense why she was on the vlog, or the vlog. Anyway. So this was a great match, really, needless to say. So I mentioned that because Dante Martin brought Sky Blue to kind of even things in case Ty was going to try something to distract her. I mean, I really wish Sky Blue got a little bit more involved in trying to, because it was like once or twice when Ty Conti got on the apron as a distraction. And I wish, Sky Blue got a little bit more physical, but maybe that's down the line, She should have, pulled Ty down, elbowed the fuck out of her or something. I mean, and I know she's getting better. I just think maybe she didn't have enough direction or anything like that as far as, what to do. I'm not sure. But he wound up hitting the GTH, you go to hell, the inverted, go to sleep. Look brutal every time. I don't know how. Every time somebody takes that move, they don't, crack, their jaw don't get fractured or the teeth, they don't lose a bunch of fucking teeth. But it look brutal, and you continue. Ty Conti goes in the ring. But by the way, at some point he, and I hope it's not serious. It looked like Dante either tweaked his knee or his ankle. He was the last 2 minutes of the match. He was like limping a little bit, but he was still going. Like, he was just going. Adrenaline. He was still going. But after that, like I said, after that, they celebrate. Ty goes to the ring, celebrates with Sammy, and then he stopped. They started go ahead and go beat down Dante some more. Sky Blue's is looking up because she's seeing Sammy kick him after the match. And I'm like, Sky, get it. I mean, I know do something. Like, God, cover it. Like even like if you remember when Stone Cold went evil, went evil when he was beating up the Hardys. He started beating up Matt, and then Lita came out and covered her with her fucking body. If you remember, I will never forget this. Stone Cold just hit Lita at least 3 to 4 times. Like it's like, oh, you gonna cover Matt, huh? Well, I got something for your ass. Like she could have did. And they didn't even have a chair, so for Ty like to go in there and cover, like stop or something like. But one point when he was going for a high flying move, Sammy was. He got to the second rope. He out of the blue. Sky gets up there, looks at it, like blocks his his path, and then Ty goes in there like, what do you think? Some microphones. I'm just going by body language, and I think what they look like their lips are saying, like, who do you think you are? Who are you? Ty. Anna Jay comes down, right, to help do a 2-on-1 on fucking Sky Blue. So I don't know if it's going to be an intergender match or Sky Blue's going to get I think Sky Blue should get Ruby, because then after that, Ruby came out with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. Trying to make sure Santana's the one with the hair. Ortiz one that just lost his hair with that hair versus hair match. So Ortiz, Ruby, and Eddie came out to chase the rest of them off. So it was a great match. This could go. If you was gonna do a match to see every other month, wouldn't mind saying this, and then just get elevated more. Oh, next we're gonna have we're gonna meet every other month. Then we're gonna have a ladder match. Then we're gonna have a tables match. Then we're gonna just these two. And it'll be a banger every time. I wouldn't end. And it'd be like they can do a best of 7, like Cesaro did at Sheamus. That I wouldn't mind if there's somebody do a best of 7. That's the first time. That's probably not the first time I did it in wrestling. That's the first time I've seen it in wrestling, the best of 7. I haven't seen anything like that since. I'm done seeing a rematch after rematch. Or at least heard rematch after rematch. I lost. I'm hoping to get I'm hoping with the things that are going on with WWE be more bearable to watch. Sometimes I can't even listen to a review because even a review sounds fucked up. It takes the personality of the person who's reviewing it for me to even be interested. I'm like sometimes I just turn it off. Like, I like you, dude, but I can't hear this again. Another rematch with the Usos and Street Profits. Really? Anyway, that was like I said. Let me see. And next we have, oh yes, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy comes out, explains what's going on. The reason why he says, I'm gonna sum it up. The reason why that he so they explain why Luchasaurus did what he did. He was protecting Christian Cage from anybody else, so Jungle Boy could get his hands on it. That's their explanation, which I'm fine with. Daniel Bryan had a match with Daniel Garcia. He did a missile drop kick, landed on the back of his head. Daniel Bryan did, and he was acting like he was still suffering from the concussion, which worked in it fine. Garcia locks in the sharpshooter, and he wrenches back. That's what makes the sharp look even more devastating. He leans back on it. Daniel Bryan passes out, and he puts over Danny Garcia big, and That's how the show went off the air. I was shocked. That was a nice surprise, and it was believable. I mean, on Jericho was on commentary. He was saying, "I knew he came back too soon. I knew it." So it makes sense. If you're gonna do it now. So if he's gonna get beat, have it be because of an injury, and it was great. And I'm quite sure this was Daniel Bryan's idea. Because, I mean, Garcia has been doing, I mean, for him to be so young, they've been doing some of the best fucking work you could possibly ask for anybody. What has he been doing this for like 6 years? He had about almost 2 years off because he was in an accident, had his legs broken. But that's my quick review and recap. It was great. I wish you go and check out my other videos for Death Before Dishonor. And let me know what songs or albums you might want me to review. I mean, I'm into, if you've seen the channel, I'm into all types of music, or maybe something I'm not into. I'll do a country song, let me that she like. I'm open to it. So you'll have see you next time. Later.